Want to represent the Geocache Talk network while you're out caching? Head over to artedcrafted.com and grab your official GTN shirts. Authentic apparel by geocachers for geocachers. They're comfortable, great looking, and perfect for events, trails, or your next big find. And the best part? Every purchase helps support the Geocache Talk network and everything we do. Check them out now at artedcrafted.com.
Hello, guys, and welcome to Gadget Talk. How are you doing, Chad?
Oh, I'm doing great, John. How are you?
You know, I'm doing pretty good, and I want to show the reason why I'm doing pretty good, Chad. It's check this picture out right here. I was going to say,
it must have been pickled pizza or something.
Well, this one was pepperoni. So if you look at this well done pepperoni pizza with kind of it looks like the pepperoni's charred and kind of that nice and greasy. Like it was amazing. I won't lie. So that was my daily pizza today that I had. So I am doing really well on that one for sure. No doubt about it.
That's great. I haven't eaten yet. Now you're making me hungry. Thanks.
Oh, man. Okay. Well, I'll only talk about pizza every minute. So I'll try to keep it that kind of pace.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. How was the cruise? I know you guys had a podcast on this already, but I haven't talked to you guys yet.
Yeah.
Really about the cruise, but I heard it was amazing.
It was incredible. It's just the thought, right? You're going to 6 different countries in Europe on a cruise, with 120 of your geocaching friends. So, onto that one, it's nonstop good time. And it's funny with that many people. Yeah. And Gary's cruise, Comet Cruise was unbelievable. Absolutely. It was just funny. You would be out around town looking for something, and just a cruiser would walk by and then just help you out. The funniest one was I think it's when we were in Tallinn, Estonia, and we're kind of looking for this hidden cache by this old big tombstone, and a cacher just walks by on a tour and he just goes, "I bet you guys are looking for something." He just taps his elbow right where it is and then just continues on the tour, and we're like, "Oh, thank you, sir. You just pointed that one out right exactly where it was."
Nice.
But yeah, you would have loved it, Chad. I even got a chance to go to a former KGB headquarters, believe it or not, in Estonia.
You were brought up in that area, spy stuff. So
Yeah, I had to do it.
We don't know exactly your history, but you might have been at home there.
Yeah, well, I can't disclose everything on that one. But shifting topics, Chad, we got some pretty cool people joining us tonight. We got
to move along after mentioning that, huh?
Yeah, Tom Brotherman, howdy from Selma, Texas. Thank you for joining us, Tom. Buzz82 from Savannah checking in, which Buzz82, by the way, made a really cool VR cache on that one. That was in the Savannah area, and I watched it during Cache Fest, and it was so cool to see the comments people had, just absolutely loving that. And we got Just Finding Our Way joining us from Arizona too, so thank you so much. We got Race Ray joining us from Whitesboro, Texas, so thank you for joining us there as well. Got Matt Dreyer joining us as well too tonight. Lost Ken joining us, and we got Barbara from here too joining us, saying the cruise was amazing. And Matt Dreyer, yes, Buzz82's has been added to the VR list in geocaching. So if you go into there, and let me see if I can pull it up, but basically for those that don't know, everybody who's created a virtual reality cache and has reached out to me, I've added them to the same virtual reality geocaching list. On this one, it's a public list on here. And yeah, going to solve it, then go for it. So I'm going to drop the link to that in the chat. And let me pop it up here for people. So really, if you know geocaching lists, it's just geocaching.com/plan/list. And then it's BME9VDF. So you can check out all the virtual reality geocaches people have made. And if you make one and you want it to be added, please reach out and let us know, because I'd be happy to add that, to that virtual reality geocaching list.
Nice. Yeah. And there's a couple of people here we'll talk about a little bit later on here. That was at Cache Fest. Lost Ken,
Ooh.
Matthew, they were there, and they actually competed in the Gadget Build-Off.
Oh, man, you got to tell me more about this.
Well, we ready to move into that?
Yeah,
Sorry, I brought that up a little early.
Yeah.
So Gadget Build-Off was back. We did it for the first time in Tennessee on our second Cache Fest in Tennessee. And then we brought it back in Savannah, and I thought it was amazing. I actually made it a little bit harder. Sorry, my earpiece is messed up there. Okay, I made it a little bit harder because last time they got a birdhouse or an ammo can to choose from with a lot of parts. So this time we decided to go with just a plastic ammo can and a minimal amount of parts. Now, there was 5 things I could build in the parts for each cache if I wanted to. It was 5 different things, using up all the parts. So, and it was really fun. We had 6 teams of 6.
Wow.
And it was really fun watching the people build stuff. Now, I will say the 2 teams that won had the least advantages. So this was tied to the puzzle build-off. So we had a puzzle off, which Tom and...
Charles,
sorry, I can't
right?
remember. Charles, yes, thank you. Tom and Charles did. And then based on how you placed from that, you got to choose your advantage for the gadget build-off. So we had different parts you could choose to help your gadget. And so the 2 teams that got the least amount of advantage actually ended up winning the gadget build-off. And it was so fun because they put everything on the table, and you could see everybody going, what do I do? Right? It was from my side or my standpoint, because I knew what I could build. I wasn't them. It was really fun watching people struggle.
Oh, wow.
But they did a great job. I think Lost Ken actually, he was on the winning team of everything. Go ahead.
Well, that explains why he says it was so much fun, especially if he was on the winning team.
Yeah, it was really fun watching them go through, and it really took teams. You have a design period of 10 minutes, and then also the advantage that the teams on the puzzle build-off won actually got longer time to build, a couple minutes longer. I think it was 5 and 10 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Just some people were overthinking it, and some people were underthinking it. But everybody made something at the end, and they were all fairly different. Most people used LEDs, and I do have some videos of it, which I didn't send to you to upload, and some photos. But it was so much fun. I enjoyed it, and it was a blast. So,
well, that's cool. Yeah, and I see Unamager said the struggle was real, and then Matt Metcher was saying they deserved to win. He said B&J Bish's team made a really cool gadget cache. And Dawn says she won 2 of the ammo cans, table 1 and table 2. That's really cool.
Oh, she did. She won the 2 winning ones, or she won table 1 and 2, not first and second place.
Oh, okay.
So as usual, we auction them off at the ticket pool for people to be able to win. And that's cool that she got 2 of them. So it was really fun. Matthew, their team made it really creative. I mean, they lit up. It was like a runway. They had so many LEDs on that thing lit up. It was awesome. But just watching people come up with stuff, I enjoy that. So we'll bring it back hopefully in St. Louis. So if people don't know this, Cache Fest next year will be in St. Louis in July. The dates haven't been revealed yet, but soon. They will be, and looking forward to seeing everybody there.
Wow. And on here, I'm just bringing up the website, Chad, because this is, and for our audio listeners, it's cachefest.com. So if you go to cachefest.com right now, it says St. Louis, Missouri, July 2027, and event details coming soon. And I got to ask on here too, Chad, because if you look on here, it says visit the Cache Fest store. Are these still items that people can buy for Cache Fest?
Yes. Yeah, so we had people that really wanted. So everybody got the cream shirt. That was and then the members got. It's called Sports Gold. It's like a yellow orange shirt.
Okay.
Sorry, I could have had it here. I wasn't prepared. It's upstairs. And then a dark green shirt. and a lot of people really wanted the two other colors. So we brought them back up for a limited time. For our printer said he'd be willing to print them if we run the special, and then when it's done, he'll order the shirts and send them out. So those are up there. We do have a few coins left on there, and that's what the shirt looks like. Those are the different colors of shirts. So you had your rose gold, your off-white, or your cream, and then your dark green. And I really like it. I think they all turned out really well. So
yeah, those look great.
And then we have coins that we have some left over from the event that, our main event coin was a box of chocolates, which I could show you real quick if you're interested.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Sorry, here. And Buzz82, who's on the chat, he actually, so we did the Friends of Again, like we do with Cache Fest, and one of the Friends of people got to design the center chocolate of the coin.
Oh, no way.
And
cool
Buzz82 on there won the opportunity to do that. So I will show you his. Sorry, almost done here.
That's incredible. And audio listeners, you cannot see this, but Chad's shop is so massive and there are so many 3D printers. We can hear him over the microphone, but we can't see him in this massive shop on this one. Okay, now we can finally see him like rounding around the corner.
Sorry. I was just talking to John before the show. I was like, we need to mount a camera right up here so when I do go past here, people can see my messy shop. So this is a cool coin. It's big. So it's a box of chocolates that opens up, and here's the chocolates inside, and they do come out. And Buzz actually designed the center one, so you can pull all the chocolates out of here and put them back. It's kind of cool. And then of course it has all the stuff just like a regular box of chocolates, and it says Cache Fest Savannah, and assorted caches is what it says. That's a cool coin. So that's the main event coin. We still have some of those left. In Georgia, you have to have the butter. I'm not the good person to explain this to you, but evidently Savannah has something to do with butter. Paula Dean?
Oh, wow.
Is it Paula Dean? Something like
that. Yeah, Paula Dean, she's the one that puts butter on top of butter on top of butter, right?
Butter, yeah. So, and then we have the whatever Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil coin here. Wow. It says Cache Fest. There we go.
Oh, yeah. That's perfect right there.
This is the silver one that came in your package, and then you could buy this one separate at the event, at the Midnight, or at the Adventure Lab. So the live, actually, Adventure Lab was downtown Savannah, and that it was based on that movie. So if you saw that movie, you would know what the Adventure Lab was about.
Yeah, Metro saying the coins were so cool looking. Yeah, I mean, seeing them on the camera, they look amazing. And yeah, Tom Brotherman had a great comment here, Chad. He said Chad was in a different zip code when he went back there. Yes, Chad's shop is so large, it's a different zip code.
I wish it was that large. I need more room now. It's already getting too small. I actually did a Goodwill run this weekend because I was like, I just got to get rid of stuff. I'm such a bad hoarder. My wife's like, just get rid of stuff. So I did.
Wow. So are you saying if somebody goes to Goodwill in Seattle area, they could find like all these amazing gadget caches for sale?
Well, I didn't give away the gadget cache stuff. Just random things that they would take.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was it. And then we have the pre-event coin, which I didn't grab one, but for St. Louis, we only have a few left of those. That's on the site. And so grab those up if you want to.
Yeah, right there, right?
Yeah. So St. Louis is known for its state fair, where the Arch came in, and then also they're the first place to have the ice cream cone, the cone with the ice cream, and a hot dog. So they're the first ones to have the bun on a hot dog.
No way.
So yeah, I didn't know any of this until we did. And then they're big on chess. So St. Louis is known for their chess. Wow. So that's why you see the chess piece, the night on there, the ice cream cone. We didn't throw a hot dog on there because it made it really busy. But yeah, evidently what I learned was they had a whole bunch of bread left over, and then they had the sausages, and they put the sausage in the bread to soak up the oil.
Really?
And then people were eating it as a hot dog. So that's where it came from.
Interesting. I had no clue on that one.
Yeah, I didn't either. So
Yeah.
anyway, and then the peacock coins were great. I can grab. Well, this is what they look like. I have the sample right here. Thanks, Gary, for reminding me. So Friends of coin was a peacock, so everybody got to design their own colors on the peacock. And then in the back of it was first time this year that we were able to do it, which is nice. So on here it says Cache for Life because this is our sample, but you got your geocaching name on the back, so you knew whose coin you had on the back side of it. So
That's awesome.
and we are doing, if you did buy a Friends of, we are doing a reorder. We had so many people want to reorder some that we're actually going to do a reorder that's open now. Look on your Friends of Facebook page to get that information.
Wow. You're already getting people saying, Chad, can you send, can they send you their address?
Sure, for what? Depends on what you need.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. And then Chad, I don't know if there's anything about Cache Fest, but I do know you kept this like big major secret from me for so long about this thing called Geo Woodstock as well.
Oh, I've never been. What is that?
Oh, come on.
With Geo Woodstock. So next year I am one of the many people on the team for me and my wife for Geo Woodstock. There's many people in the chat that's actually on the team. So that is going to be in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So I'm super excited. We're going to have it. The event place is amazing. My wife and I didn't go on the tour, the scouting tour, but the rest of the team did. And it's the stuff they're talking about, and I don't want to be the person to release secrets or anything like that, so I can't talk too much about it. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be amazing.
Very cool.
Yeah. It's nice working with a city that actually wants you to come there and bring people. So Savannah was completely different. They were like, we don't care.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oklahoma was nice to work with. Even Hawaii wasn't too bad, but so I'm super excited about it. Now, we do have the backer shirts available. I don't have one on me, but they are available right now on the Geo Woodstock site.
Let me see. Do we got a picture of that? Is this the backer shirt?
Yep, that's the backer shirt. It says Geo Woodstock, Louisiana, backer 2027. Comes in tan like that, and then the back of it will have the Geo Woodstock and then the QR code to scan. So those are available right now online for a limited time. So I think we only have them open for 2 weeks. So we might be about a week and a half from closing the sales on those.
Okay. And can people get them at geowoodstock2027.com on this site?
Yeah, you should be able to. There you go.
Oh, okay. So just scroll down, and then the backer shirt is...
Scroll down there. And that's the backer shirt. So select your size and purchase it, and look forward to seeing those shirts walking around.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. So, and then I believe packages will be up here very soon on the Woodstock site. So look for those here in there next week. Might even be the next couple days. So keep checking back.
Oh, wow.
To order your packages.
Very cool. And then I was going to say, if people haven't logged their Will Attends, really, they should get those in. And on here, let me see what the GC code is. And I know D came up with some clever acronyms.
She always has great acronyms for stuff, and I don't. So I don't know.
Yeah. So I'll drop it in the chat, and then just the GC code is GCBNWDV. And on here, if you got your, if you're intending to go and want to stay in the loop, I mean, definitely log your will attend. I mean, right now, 712 will attends, and not that you can say, but I can say, because I'm not on the planning committee, the magic number is 3,000 to get Giga status for an event.
We would love to do the Giga status. That would be amazing, and the city is all for it. If we could do that, it would be an amazing event to get to Giga. But log your will attend. Even if you don't know if you're going to go, log your will attend to keep up on any kind of announcements, because announcements will be pushed through the page. Log your will attend and you'll get the announcements.
Yeah, very cool. Because I mean, especially on that, I mean, with some things, I mean, like I gotta assume like not everybody can get a backer shirt, or not everybody can get certain things. So I mean, if people want to get those, they're going to have to jump on those pretty quickly, right?
Right. So we had what was only available at Woodstock in Kansas when we did the announcement. You could get the not backer, but a supporter tag. And I'm going to mess this up, and I don't remember what the name of it was, but ambassador tag. There you go. You can get an ambassador name tag that had a trackball code on it with the QR code, and then you got some business cards to hand out to help support, help to promote the event. So that's done. You can only get it there. We did 100 of them, and there's actually a competition on those. So if you find people with those QR codes, discover them, because whoever gets the most discoveries on them will win something. So it's actually a competition. And then we have the backer shirts, which will only be available for 2 weeks, which is probably close to being over. Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you order those soon. And they won't be available any longer after they're closed.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's some great information. I do see we were joined by Batman. Oh, I mean Ryan Semmel 2123. Thank you for coming and joining us tonight. Yeah, man. Well, that's some pretty awesome stuff, Chad. I mean, all the things going on with Cache Fest, Geo Woodstock as well too. And you still make gadget caches too, I understand, right?
Maybe.
Me?
Once in a while.
Dude, you do. You know that.
Yeah, I have a new one happening that's going to be released on August 24th, and that's all I could talk about. But it's going to be an amazing cache that you're going to want to find. And it may take some time to find it. It's going to be like an escape room.
Is it really? Is it going to be in Washington State area?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So you're saying if people want an epic FTF on a very unique one-of-a-kind cache to book their plane tickets or to make sure they're in Washington State area.
Yeah.
August 24th is what you said?
Yeah, August 24th.
Okay.
So I'm going to have an event next by it. I guess you can't have an event for a cache release, but the cache will be released the day I have an event.
Oh, wow. So that's like inside information. Maybe not everybody's going to know by the event description, right?
That's right.
Okay. Wow.
We'll see.
Yeah. Pays to watch or listen to Gadget Talk to get that kind of information.
That's right. It pays to listen to all the podcasts here. So, but
absolutely,
that's all the insider information I have that I could release.
Okay. Well, that's good because Gary said spill the beans earlier, and if Gary says spill the beans, somebody's got to spill something. So thank you for spilling those.
Nice, yeah. So Anyways, you have to drive about an hour and a half from Seattle, but it'll be worth it.
Yeah. Do they have to take a ride in a Jurassic Park themed Jeep by any chance?
It will have something to do with it.
Oh.
So, I was just showing John I get my second Jurassic Park Jeep back tomorrow. I went and looked at it today. It doesn't have any of the decals on it yet, but it's about no windshield in it yet, and all the decals are off. But everything else is on, so I get it tomorrow. I'm excited. It's actually a movie accurate Jeep versus my TJ that I love to drive, that I do everything in. But the rest of the family was like, we got to have one that's movie accurate. So we went for it.
Very cool on that one. Yeah, and we got Matt Dreyer saying he's hoping to do a Washington trip early October, and all the Bounce caches are on their must-find list for sure.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And one's outside my house, so when you get up this way, let me know, and we can give you a tour of the shop. You too can see this mess that you can't see right now.
I'm just picturing behind that, Chad, like the end of Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark, where they just have like all these boxes of top secret stuff,
That's on that side.
Oh, okay, over there, gotcha.
The dark side. I didn't turn the lights on today over there. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. The dark side where they have cookies. Yeah, I've heard about that.
That's right. That's right. All right. Well, I appreciate you letting me do all the announcements. Those are great. I'm glad to hear about everything's going good. We took, obviously, a month off, so it's nice to be back. I love it.
Absolutely.
We're ready to move on to doing a build, and we actually will learn to build something today.
Oh, man. I like this.
And, this is a build. So if you were at Cache Fest, One of these you would have done at Cache Fest for the Gadget build off, or not build off, but the Gadget Academy. But I will do a couple of them, and the other one you did not do at the Gadget Academy that I will show you. And I might even show you 3 if I have time. So what I want to go, so what we talked about was we're doing a touch sensor switch for an LED code decryption. So what you would do is you typically your lock has 3 or 4 LEDs. So you'd use 3 or 4 LEDs with different colors, and you can choose your color. There's like 12 different colors you can choose from. And you'd put in your description, red equals 1, blue equals 2, whatever you want to do for your numbers, or letters if you want to do a letter combination. And so once they lit up, once you completed the circuit or touched the switch, it would light up and you would be able to turn the lights on, or you'd be able to decrypt the code to get into the cache. So we will get into that. We'll go over the parts. Now I'm doing this on a breadboard, and the reason why we did this on a breadboard at Cache Fest is because unfortunately at the last minute, the event place that we were going to do the main event at closed down for they were blowing it up. So yeah, they were building a new one and decided that it's time to demo the building. So we had to find another one that didn't have much power. It was cool. It was an old historic building in downtown Savannah. But
I was going to say the pictures look really cool, of the building.
Yeah. And what was kind of fun about that, not to get away from the build, is I've always been in my own room all day, and so I don't get to see what else goes on or even see everybody that happens. This one, there's 2 rooms. There's one down below and one up, the big one up above. I could actually see what was going on the whole time, and actually could hear what was going on with the other academies.
Oh wow!
With their talking when I was in the room. So it was actually kind of cool, a little more intimate. But what we have here, we'll go back to the screen, is we have a breadboard or a breakout board here, or a prototype board, whatever you want to call it. So breadboard or prototype board is typically what you see. And so you have here your board with your positive and your negative that run this way. So positive, that whole line is, you plug in your positive here and it lights up that whole thing, right? Energizes it, and then your negative. And then these ones here on this side run this way, these little ones. And that will be key for our build when you do this. And I can share the parts. If someone wants to buy, I have kits left over from Cache Fest, or I can put some together. If someone wants to buy some, they can, and I can ship it to them. Not a big deal. They're not that expensive to do. And then what we have is a bunch of jumper wires here, right, to complete the circuit. Now you have 2 different type of jumper wires that you can use. You have these kind here that I like to use, which makes everything nice and clean. Nice and low to the board. Or you have these ones here, which are good if you're just testing, because you just pop them in, but they stick up, right? And there's stuff everywhere on them, and it drives me nuts. So I like, to me, clean versus not, but that's me. So that's kind of what that is. So what we're going to do is we're using this touch sensor. Now, the way this touch sensor works is you actually don't have to see this. You can actually have it behind something up to a 1/2 inch thick, depending on what material it is. And you get close to it and actually will activate the sensor and then activate the lights. So what we did at Gadget Build Off was we had these in a plastic ammo can, and the sensor was inside the can somewhere, and you had to find out where to touch on the box to light up the LEDs. So it was pretty cool. So what we're going to do is start here with our wiring, and I can send a diagram if someone wants one. I saw someone reached out to Gary, and he sent me something that I'll follow up with, who wanted to know if we had a diagram for this build today. So what we're going to do is we're going to start, and everything runs off of 4.5 volts. So it doesn't take much power. It won't be active unless you are touching the switch. So everything should be fine. We're going to have LEDs, and then we're going to have resistors here for the LEDs. Jumper cables, touch switch, and that is it. So what I'm going to start with is typically I hook up my battery at the end just because I don't want stuff to be active. But we know that this is going to be my positive and my negative, and we're going to have our LEDs come out this side to the negative. on this side here. So we need to put a jumper between the negative and the positive here. But you can do it now or later. It doesn't matter. So one thing on these wires here is if these breakout boards are new, you may need to use one of these harder. These are a lot stiffer wires just to pop the hole open for the first time. And then these, which are much thinner wire, will go in no problem. So, and you can get these. Let me show you. I get these in a pack. I think this is like $8, and there's 840 different jumpers in different sizes. So this is probably a little bit long. You can cut it if you want, but I'm just using everything that comes in the package. I like Matt says this is making him miss Radio Shack. Absolutely. I miss Radio Shack all the time.
Oh my God. Yeah. Just all the kits and like walking in Radio Shack. I know.
Oh, yeah.
An experience you can't get anymore, unfortunately.
Yeah. So now on this sensor here, you have a VCC, which is your power. I don't know if we can get it close enough. There you go.
It's in focus.
Turn it the right way up here. You have VCC, your IO, which is your switch, and then you have your ground. So you have 3 different pins there. Okay, so VCC is power. So what we need to do is we need to do a jumper from your power here up to before the switch. So the switch is going to be on these last 3 dots there, right? Last 3 lines, the holes, whatever you want to call it. So that's our power. And then we're going to do our ground, which is going to be 2 over. So I'm going to go from the ground. Now you can, if you're looking, I'm just sticking it in the ground in the first one. Hang on, that's too new. I need to pop it with the hole. So it doesn't have, so it activates that whole row on this side of the groove there. And so it doesn't have to run all the way up towards the top. So put that in there. There we go. So that's in there. And now you notice there's one spot in between there, and that's going to be our switch. So I'm going to add our touch switch sensor right here to your VCC, your red, and then your ground. And then you have that space in between there, which is your switch. Then I'm going to run over from the middle of the switch. I wonder if I can pull this camera down.
Yeah, I was going to say if you could get it even closer, I think that would help folks, because I know we're just going, audio listeners, we're just going to Chad's like overhead build camera just exclusively on this one, because there's just so much work when you're taking a look at it. You just really need that good close-up view in order to see it.
I don't. My camera is as far down as it will go. I think. Hang on here. You guys get to see my messy screen, my messy desk. I think I just busted my camera.
No, we can still see it, so that's good.
The mount, well, I mean the mount. Okay.
Oh no. Okay.
Let me find a little thing to pop this on, because that's pretty low. If I was watching this, which is how you want to watch this, not listen to it, hopefully, I would want to be closer. So give me 1 second. I know I have something back here in this warehouse. Yeah.
So as Chad's doing that, we're doing a close up of his warehouse, like I think it's called Bounce Castle that Gary refers to it. So when Chad does this, I always love like looking around and seeing like, what does Chad have that I haven't noticed before? In the upper left-hand corner of the screen, it almost looks like a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man above Signal and Kryptonite. I don't know if that is really the Stay. Is that really the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man?
Yeah, it's a Lego one.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've never noticed that before, Chad.
Okay. It's funny as I have a stand table, and I thought, I could just raise the table, but it raises the camera too, so that won't work.
Okay.
All right, let's see.
Yeah, and Race Ray was saying, actually, Chad was going to start to print a new camera mount right there.
That's right. Someday I'll get to it. Okay, let me move this back.
Yeah, and Barbara is saying, it was really hard in person because those holes are so tiny. Yeah, absolutely, and that's why we would want to just make sure that people can then really get that good close-up view of what Chad's doing, because, that just makes a world of difference when you can see it up close,
Yeah.
especially doing
Okay.
it
So
for the first time.
how does that look? You know, what's funny is I forgot to grab the LEDs when I was out there, but I'll grab them in a minute.
Oh, that looks a lot better. Yeah.
Is that better? Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I could raise it up and show people as well. So, sorry you got to deal with my Pelican case. Okay, so we have our touch switch, power, your VCC, you have your ground, and so the switch is the middle one. We're going to just go ahead and run the yellow wire from a switch. And remember, this is going to add power to this whole row here. So we're just going to run that over there. Now, in theory, because our switch is actually hooked up, if we added power to this, it would actually light up. Again, this is new, so pop this in. And I like using these breakout boards for people who have never built anything before, because you can take wires out and redo them. You're not soldering stuff and making it permanent. So if I get close to that, you see it light up. So I'm not touching it, but you can see the light come on. So it's working. So it knows when I'm close to touching it. So we're good on that. I'm going to take power away. And looks gooder. I like Ryan. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's a technical term by Ryan.
Yeah.
Looks gooder.
I see Ryan has a machine I don't have that I'm a little jealous about. He has a UV printer that he brought to Cache Fest, and it was awesome.
No way.
So, yeah, I've been looking at one the X Tool is developing, but you know, it might take him a year or two to come out with it. So I might have to break down and buy one like Ryan has. Okay. All right, so we have our power going here for the switch. So that's going to power our LED. Well, how do we get these to power the LEDs? So what we're going to do is run wires from here, from this row here. So we're powering up 4 different LEDs. And then again, you could do only 3 if you have a 3-digit lock. And before I do that, let me just pop these lines open. And we're going to run one from here. And so your LED, let me go grab one real quick. Sorry about that. One thing I didn't grab.
Oh, man, guys, this is another chance to look at Chad's shop and see if there's something.
We'll
we
have to
haven't
get the
noticed
camera
before.
up next time.
Yeah, we need a blimp cam, Chad, that we can like put like on a blimp, like in your cavernous warehouse. I think that would be pretty cool on here.
Yeah, it would be. We'll have to do it. I have a big fish hook right up here. You can't see it from here, but it's a big fish bait hook thing that I
really?
can hook it from. I actually was going to put the 2-foot signal hanging off of it.
Oh, wow.
Like you caught a frog, but
That would be
they
cool.
figured if that picture that got back to HQ, they wouldn't be very happy.
Oh, man. Yeah, you don't want to get on HQ's naughty list, just saying.
Yeah. So here we go. These are the LEDs that you can choose from. And so what we have here is 10 different LED colors on here. Now, some of them are really close to the color that you're looking for, so it may not be quite 10. The purple and the pink are fairly close to the color, or like the lime green and the green are really close. But you have off-white and white, bright white. So you have to, because you want to use clear LEDs so people can't guess the code on here. Underneath here, which kind of shows you what it is. So here's a red. I'm going to grab red. Let's do a blue. And do a green. I'm going to go back to a red. So now you have 2 different. You have your positive and negative on your LED, a nanode and a cathode on it, right? So your short one, where you can't really see, but there's a flat spot on the LED, is the negative, and then the round part is the positive. So anyway, we are going to pop this in here. And so these are going to be spaced because your LED is going to sit this way when you plug it in. Okay, not this way. Because you have to go in one, right, with your positive and out the other one with your negative. So we're going to pop this in here like this, right? And then we got to run a resistor. And I cut all these down for the Academy so they weren't so long, but for the show, I'm just going to leave them long because I'm hoping to get to 2 builds real quick tonight.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go ahead and add to your negative side of the LED. I don't know if you can see that. Sorry, I might be moving too much. And then run to the ground. But you can cut these short, which I had some here. As short as you need to, as long as they'll go inside the box. But anyway, you can cut these leads off. Now, resistors are not directional, so it doesn't matter what direction they're in. Now, if we hook up our power, just to see if I got my positive and negative right, we're going to hook up the power, turn on the switch, and there we go. So it lights up.
Nice.
So all we have to do, and again, depend on 3 to 4 different colors. You can run this one from here. I'm going to go step over to. And then put in my LED. And you can space these however far apart you want. It depends on what holes you drill in your box. So I pre-drilled the holes and had the spacing how I wanted to for the event. But you can do however you want. So there we go. We got 2 colors lit up now. All I'm going to do is just go ahead and get these LEDs in place. Throw the resistors in. I mean, this is such an easy build that I think if you saw it in the field and you didn't do electronics, you'd think that it was really hard to do, but it's such an easy build. It only takes a couple minutes. And if you were going to put it out with the breadboard or the prototype board like this, what I would say is cut everything short and then hot glue it all together, so nothing can pull out. And now if you look, 2 of the LEDs didn't light up because I don't have the leads ran yet. So pop these in.
Yeah, and I think, Chad, as you're saying that, like, you've had caches out for how many years that you've like hot glued like onto the breadboard?
8 years. Superheroes in Jeopardy has been there for 2 different caches, and I've not changed out that.
Yeah,
just hot glued to a breadboard. So there you go. Hard to see this close to the thing, but you have red, green, red, blue. So that would be the code. So it'd be like 1, 2, 1, 3. However you want to put it, whatever you want to put for your numbers. So because you could do pink, you could do purple, yellow. So you can add different numbers to it. You don't have to have any of the same colors. I just like to add one there to make it a little bit harder. But that literally is it. Now you can drill holes into a ammo can. You could do it into a, and for next show I can do make up some samples too, just to show people. But you can do it into a electrical box here. Sorry, here, let me grab one.
Yeah, no worries. So yeah, Chad's just grabbing some on here. But yeah, this is a great way of showing something where it's like some people get so intimidated thinking like you can't solder, or like this is incredibly complex. But I mean this is a really good build. And yeah, Chad, it's funny your one camera, it's like out of focus, like you're on the witness protection program.
Oh.
Oh, okay, there it is.
Must be related to you.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's cut to the close-up on the build cam.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could actually drill the 4 LED holes in here, put this behind it, and they'd have to touch somewhere on this box. Now you can, on this here, you could actually, if you wanted to, you could solder on some wires, or those jumpers that I had here come with a male-female end. So you could actually extend this, and you could move it somewhere on the box. So you could actually put it on the side of the box over here with the LEDs here, and they'd have to touch the side for the LEDs to light up. Or if you wanted to be a little more creative, you could actually replace this with a reed switch, and they'd have to take the cap off, which is missing. The cap would be magnetic, and they'd have to push it around there until they hit the magnet. And
that would be a fun way to do it.
Yeah. So, and on that, you just you don't need your ground, right? You're just completing a circuit. So, but lots of different ways to do this. So, That's one way to make that build. And so this basic configuration, you can make this into a reed switch. You can make it into a LED resistor, a photo resistor. So you have to use a light on it. So let's do one of those real quick. We got time, right? We got 15 minutes. We got time.
Plenty of time. And as we're doing that,
Gary's
Chad,
not watching. We can go over in time.
Oh yeah, I mean we can make this a 24-hour gadget talk, gadget build like marathon. We could. Yeah. But you
so
you have met pizza, so.
Oh yeah, that's right. So to do a photo resistor on this, so a photo resistor is going to require, I have a sample here, a light to turn it on. So if we plug this in, and if you didn't want to use this whole breakout board here, you could actually, it comes apart in the middle, or this side comes off, so you could actually make it smaller. This is a photo resistor here, requires a light to turn the LEDs on. Now I only have one LED lit up to it, but you could just like we did with the last one, add more LEDs to it with resistors to get more to turn on. And let me grab my phone. What do I do with my phone?
Yeah. Hey, Chad,
there it is.
As you're doing that, like if somebody were to put out a gadget cache in the field with those batteries and a gadget like this, how long do you think those batteries would last them out in the field?
It should last a long time because it's active. So it should last a long time.
Yeah, your audio was a little distorted there, Chad. If you don't mind,
I'm sorry.
Repeating.
Yeah, no, it should last a long time because if the batteries are not activated, it shouldn't be powering anything. So you have your switch, which is turning the circuit off, right? So there's no battery, there's no power going through it, right? Same with this one here. There's nothing going through it because unless you have light on the resistor, there's not going to be any usage of power. Now with this, if you have it in too bright of an area, which I did one in a tube, so you actually had to, so say it was where's that one I just had? Oh, here we go. This box here, I did the photo resistor up the pipe at the very top, at the bottom of this. And so they actually had to shine a light up the pipe. So this would hang on a wall with this facing down.
That's cool.
And so for sure it wasn't going to get any light. Sorry here, I got to find my, there we go, flashlight. So if you have this, you need to light it up. You could use a flashlight. And if you shine a flashlight on it, I don't know if it's going to work. There. Make sure everything's hooked up. You see the LED lit up on there? I don't know if you can.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It lights up with the light. So the further away we get the light and closer, it will light up. So, and my podcast lights are extremely bright. So, again, if you put a shadow over it, it turns off. But these podcast lights are really bright. But in a normal light, that will not stay on. So, we can build this one real quick to show people how to do it, as well as there's a simple one here that's even easier, where you have to use push two LEDs to turn the lights on. And you can do different switches in an ammo can, whatever you want to do. But let me pull out my parts.
Yeah, and Chad, a few comments while you're doing it. Ryan said Xtool actually just released their 01 on that, or their 01.
They released the pre-order sales of it.
Oh,
I don't think the unit itself is shipping yet. Maybe Ryan knows. I don't know. It'd be cool if it was shipping now. I would be going and buy it right now tonight. But from everything I've seen, is the one he has too, the Eufy, same thing. Yeah. I think a year before, or maybe longer than that, they did the pre-sales. And then once it came out, you got the discounted one with the extra stuff, and they shipped it to you right away, first thing. I did that with this Prusa XL. I bought it right as soon as they announced it, and then it took like 2 years for it to come out.
Oh my God!
But
wow,
yeah, it was crazy. It might not have been quite 2 years, but it sure seemed like it. Pretty much, you're funding their research.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you get the product. Yeah. And Meet the Bushes is saying in the shop is that Woodstock frozen and carbonite. Um yeah, that's Signal frozen and carbonite in the
Yeah.
shop on that one. So if people actually like look behind Chad's right shoulder up in the corner underneath the Gadget Talk logo, you can see Signal frozen and carbonite there.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was on CacheCon. That's what he was made for, is CacheCon 2020. When did we have that?
Oh geez, yeah, was it 2020 or 2021?
Something like that. So
Yeah.
it was a Geocache Talk Network. We did the CacheCon during COVID, and we actually got to go down to HQ, and he was in Brian's office for HQ, and he's trackable. So if you watch that CacheCon on YouTube, it will be Gary 2021. Gary or Brian shows what the trackable number is, and you can discover him. He's supposed to be going back to Brian's office and hanging in his office. I just got to get him back there.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah. Sorry, here. One more thing I'm trying to do.
Yeah. And Ryan Simmel, he said the pizza protection program, I can neither confirm nor deny. But I can sure say pickle pizza is good. I can say that much.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get this one here going real fast. I'm going to use some more parts here from that. And I might just use jumpers real quick just because we're running short on time. And these will be a little bit faster, but it's going to look ugly. I don't like using them because of that reason. But, again, we have our power that goes in and out. Sorry, same lineup as the last one on everything. I'll use a couple of these if I can. So we're going to go from our positive here, right, up to... And you could bend these wires here if you want to, right? That's going to go up to my photoresistor. So the photoresistor, the way it works is it's a resistor that obviously is activated by photo. So when it gets light, it completes the circuit on it. So this is what they look like. Might be too close. And so that will actually activate the LED. So this is going to be your switch here for that. So you have your positive going up to your photoresistor or your switch on that. And then we're going to go over to a transistor. There we go. And so you have a transistor, right? And this is good for activating LEDs or switches. I can go over more detail on what it is later. But so you have on here your switch. You got your positive, your negative, and your switch, just like the or your ground, your switch and your ground on this. So we're gonna go just like this in here. I don't know if you can see that or not. And I'm using this one here to make sure I'm doing it correctly because I'm not always doing it correctly. So the center one is a switch. I'm over one too far. And then our ground is going to go to the first leg. You can see how that one bent up because I didn't. When you have a breadboard or prototype board that you use all the time, definitely makes it easier to do stuff.
Yeah, and you're saying these are brand new boards you've never used before, right?
Right, yeah. Okay, so that looks kind of funky, but it's doing the exact same thing that short one that's bent does. Again, the wire doesn't care about the path it's going in. And then we're going to go from this one to the LED. See if I can use this little thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and Chad, as you're doing
Sorry,
that, we
guys.
have a comment from Meet the Bushes who actually said they made something similar once for sound to trigger a flash unit.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can, again, that's just a trigger. You could use something like that on any of these. Okay, so we're going to go over here to our LED here. And again, we got our LED, and I'm just going to grab one from here. Put it in place, just like we did on the other ones. Add a resistor to it. And we could go right from this leg here to your ground. Need to go to pause. That one might need to go to pause. Okay, let's try this. Let's test this out. You have to remember how everything works. It takes me a minute. Positive. Positive. Okay. Get a light. Okay, so that's not activating. And with this sticking so far up, I'd imagine it activates. So let me take this to positive. The other option is just make sure I didn't put my LED in backwards. And that's what I did. So we twist it away. Just check something here. There we go. So if you take the light away, it turns off. If I could cover it up right. Turns off, and then it will turn on with the light. Just very sensitive. And again, I just kind of have things sticking up, but if you get it dark enough, the light away from it, it should turn off. So if you make them a little bit shorter, a little bit nicer, it will work a lot better. And so I'll send out the specs for these for everybody here. And make sure we have everything. That should be shutting off. This shouldn't be directional. Hang on, I might be doing something wrong here. Maybe I have that backwards. There we go. My transistor backwards. Okay, so it's in the light, it's out of the light, in the light, out of the light. So that turns it on and off. And since it's so bright up here, it's not going to be that great. So you could put a dark straw around this thing too and have them shine a light up through the straw. You can do a tube on it. You can put it further up into a cavity, which is what this originally was. In fact, this used to be, if you can't see up this hole, but that's where one used to sit inside here, and so you'd have to shine a light up there to actually get it. So, but anyways, that's a quick, easy way to do one with a photoresistor. And again, I can try and make some samples before the next podcast on this. And maybe we can come up with something. If people want to buy a kit, we can figure something out and send some kits out. Put them up on the website. Or I can just share the parts with you too.
Yeah, and I mean, and this is a great way because I mean, once you start to experiment like that, I know every time I've done something like this, it's like you kind of like have to think, how did I do this last time? But I think the really cool thing, Chad, with the way you did it, especially in the close-up view, is that gives people a really good chance to like see up close like how those are all connected together. Which audio listeners, if you're interested in doing that, I would encourage you to watch the YouTube video on that.
Yeah. Sorry, there's a question there. If a UV light would activate it, it should activate it. And I'm looking. You didn't lose my audio, did you?
No, we can still hear you.
I was leaning on my mic controller. So, yeah. So as long as it has some kind of light, it should activate it. The UV light should activate it. But again, if you have this on a long enough, like a straw or something, let me see if I have something here that would work. It doesn't matter. If you could have it pretty far up. In fact, I wanted one that was like a 20-foot tube, and you had to use like a laser that would get far enough with the light to activate it. Was my idea, just to make something a little bit harder and make you bring a new tot, because there's not too many tots that are lasers.
Yeah. Now here's a question for you, Chad, and I know I like to ask this. How can you teamwork this? Can you make two people need to do this in two different tubes at the same time?
Yeah, you can absolutely. So you could do, and you'd have to divide these up. It's just adding an extra switch, right? So you have to activate one to complete this. It's just completing a circuit. So it's kind of like this. Where'd my other switch go? What time is it? We got a minute. Let me grab another switch.
Yeah. We got time. Yeah.
Normally I have everything in my drawers behind me, but literally I took all this stuff to Cache Fest, and it's in a big box that I shipped back.
Oh,
I haven't had a chance to unpack
I'm
it.
glad you ship it back, Chad, rather than do carry on. Because how many times do you get flagged for doing carry on with stuff like that?
No, I actually did carry. I didn't carry this on, but I got a big box and I taped it up and put it on the plane as luggage. I didn't ship it. I shipped it back with me. So, but carry on every time. We actually had some friends traveling with us this time, and they were able to experience the fun we have carrying stuff on. We always get checked. Let's see here. Yeah, people want to know how you get coins from place to place. That's how it is.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, how many extra bags did you have to bring with you?
Yeah, So normally with the Gadget Academy stuff, I take it in a box because I don't plan on bringing it back, because usually we don't have enough. But because I changed the build at the last minute, I had a lot of extra parts for other things to bring back. So first time I've actually had to bring a box back with me. So on this is a 2-button switch. So same type of circuit. You have your positive, your negative. You got your LED switch, your resistor, and that's it. And so all you're doing is you have your switch. You have an in and out, right? Completing the circuit. Get it back in here. And again, these work on this as a prototype to test it. These little ones, but you can buy the bigger switches that actually have a lead on them, like these, that can screw into an ammo can. So unthreads, and you can screw an ammo can, and then you got a wire on it. So, right. But these little ones are a great way to demonstrate onto a breakout board. So, because you're just testing. So if you push one, it doesn't turn on. You push the other, it doesn't turn on. You actually have to push both, and the LED turns on. So you're just splitting that power cycle, and you have to complete that circuit with both of the switches for the LED to turn on. So that's all you'd have to do with your photo resistor. So that's a good idea. I like that idea of being able to have two of them.
I know you're always tempted with the teamwork factor.
Oh, I love teamwork, and this is a great idea. Who said this? I'm going to have to give them credit next time I build one. So I think it's a great idea. And in fact, let's just try it out. Now, I don't really have any tubes to try this in, but let's pull this photoresistor out. Let's add a big one to it. I love this. I love these questions. Experimentation. We're experimenting, I mean.
Absolutely.
So what we're going to do is, let's test this. So someone asked about a UV light activating it. We're going to try it here. And I can turn down my podcast lights too, if we need to. In fact, let's see. Does that make it too dark for people? But let's see. It should brighten it up. Yeah, it does. Okay. So that works. And we'll actually be able to see it working when I complete the circuit. So let me turn that back on. Let's take this out of here. And we're going to do... This isn't going to make sense to some people, I don't think. But try and run it further away from that. And if I had some straws or something over here, I could actually make this more permanent. Now on these, you don't want these to be too long touching each other because it's going to complete its own circuit. But let me see. This may not work because transistor. I need another resistor. Sorry, I gotta work this out in my head. So unfortunately, you're gonna have to listen to me think.
Well, and I think it's fun for people, right? I mean, hearing the thought process going through. So, I mean, it's very cool to put an idea out there and then try to see, can Chad build it? And yeah, Gary was saying straws. And I think what you're saying, Chad, is you're saying like drinking straws, right? Putting it around that sensor. So then it has to get very directional light going through that straw in order to trigger it.
And I might have something here. So that worked. Let me see if I can find a straw or what I was thinking of. I had a buddy over here building some stuff with me and we moved stuff. So, okay.
Okay. So the question is, does Chad have straws in his shop?
I don't have straws. I could probably go through my garbage can and find some Starbucks straws. But I have these that I like to use because you could actually heat shrink these around your photoresistor at the bottom.
A little bit of heat shrink, you're saying, right?
Yeah. So, and these come in different sizes. Now the question is, let's take that one out. It's pretty big. Now the question is, do I have two flashlights to use? So if we do it here, it doesn't light up. If we do it here, it doesn't light up. Could I push them together to test it? Or use my phone?
Yeah, sure. If you can use your phone as a second light source.
Yeah, and I don't know if the UV is bright enough through that to use. But we'll see. I think I have another flashlight over here.
Yeah. I mean, Chad, you could create like a cache called "It Takes Two Lights."
Yeah. Okay, so it turned on for a second. So it definitely is requiring, I think it's the UV light. Let me see if I can grab a different light.
Okay. Now we can see.
UV light doesn't put out too much.
Does Chad have a second light source in his shop on this one?
Oh, I got all kinds of light sources. I just got to find one that's portable enough.
Oh man, yeah, I know. I love that. The question: do you have it in your shop that you can do?
Oh yeah.
You know, always a great question. Tom Brotherman says he sees 4 lights. Looks like maybe on the ceiling. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Tom. That's not much of a help. Thank you, though. Okay. Had to go into my Jurassic Park Jeep emergency kit.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Oh, man. Okay, the secret emergency kit?
Yeah. So, okay. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is turning on. Let's move this over here.
Oh, it is. Okay.
So if you had a better straw system, you see it turning on there, the light?
Yeah.
Right? So one wouldn't do it, but if you... And you know what would be easier? If I didn't make this so difficult, if I just went with a bigger one to test it.
Yeah, good thought again on using the heat shrink to then simulate that straw.
Yeah.
For that very directed light.
Yeah, some straws are you can see through, right? Are transparent. So yep, there you go. You see it turning on?
Yeah.
So it's not cutting down the light as much. So yeah, absolutely. So you can do it, and then just not one turns it on. So there you go. Cool. Yes, you can do that. Whoever asked that question.
Yeah, I think it may have been me. I think so.
Was that you?
Yeah.
Nice job.
was me this time. Well, you know, I like before every show, I just like try to jot down a whole bunch of teamwork challenge cache ideas or teamwork gadget cache ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you stepped up, Chad, and you've proven yes, you can make a teamwork gadget cache this way.
So let me show you now. We were talking about those jumpers. So here's a set of jumpers, or I could let me move this because we don't need this so tall anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you can get jumpers. This has the male end and the female end, so you could actually adjust that. And this is about 8 inches, 10 inches long. You could add this to that touch sensor, so you could actually move this touch sensor here. You would just plug in 3. So all you do is you rip 3 of them down, and you'd put them in here. And then hot glue that together, and then plug this into the board, and then you could move your touch sensor around. Or you could just solder wire into these. It's up to you. So that's a male and a female, and then you saw the 2 males I was using, and then this is double female. So if you wanted to make it extra long, you could do that, or if you have 2 males to put together. So all kinds of stuff. This is a measure for these jumper wires. So if you're doing a regular wire and you only want certain sizes, you could actually measure what you need and cut them to place. So just little things. And then this is one here that I actually hot glued together, and I cannot get this parts out really that much. So, but this was on a cache for a long time, but you could hot glue it and it stays together without any issues. And then you can kind of see how it can come apart with your hot, negative, positive. And this is a good example of how everything runs. So I've torn the back of it off. So this runs this way for your power, and these run this way for your circuit. So anyway, just kind of some little things. And then you can get small breadboards like this too if you want to do a small prototyping. But yep, that's pretty much it. And then once you get done with that, you can build. This is one here that I did for a cache. You could actually build everything, put it on a PCB board or PCB. So you have your negative here. This would and then your positive here, and that would just light up LEDs. You can solder them in here. There's just different ways to do stuff. So just to show people different things like that.
Yeah, very cool. And
prototype boards are good if you're just experimenting. Like the gentleman said earlier, he misses Radio Shack. That was amazing for Radio Shack. He used to have everything like this.
Yeah, absolutely. And just all the kits when you walked in that you could basically build so many different things. And Ryan cited another place. I can't remember what the name of the place was. If he said it was, I want to say maybe Micro. Was that it? Oh, he said he went to Micro Center in Georgia after Cache Fest, just as good as Radio Shack. I've never been to a Micro Center. Is it really?
Oh man, Micro Center. I wish we had them in Washington. So they're in Georgia, South Carolina, Chicago, and there's a couple other states that have them. It literally is the makers. Like you go in there and they carry all these 3D printers.
Really?
They carry. I think the UV printers. They carry all the high tech stuff, podcasting stuff. So if you're doing a podcast, they have all the big Shure mics. They have the boards, all that stuff. It's amazing. You can look it up. They have everything.
And he says in Kansas City too, one of my favorite cities.
Yes.
So yeah,
Kansas City has one. Great place. So if you ever buy a Micro Center and you like to build stuff or 3D printers and stuff like that, computers, stop by. You'll be in there for hours.
Wow, very cool. Yeah. Good to know. Yeah, and we do have a couple. Let's see, or actually one comment, Chad. That I really appreciate this comment. Trisha TWH Rider says John wins pizza for his great teamwork suggestion. Right. I like that idea.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, Dallas Fort Worth has one. Yeah. All I know is we don't have one near me.
Oh man.
I've been to the one in Georgia. My nephew took me when I was visiting him, and I was amazed. It was awesome.
Very cool. Well, very cool. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today, Chad. I don't know if you have any closing comments.
No, if you want any information on that build, please send an email to me, gadgettalkpodcast@gmail.com. And we can get you over information. If you'd like to purchase a little kit, all those parts, I have a lot of parts, and I can send it to you with instructions. Send me an email to that email address, gadgettalkpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram as well for things. I don't update it too often, but I'm trying to get better at that. But the information should be on there as well. Other than that, our next show is August 18th.
August 18th.
18th, yeah.
Yeah, how crazy to think like August just around the corner, you know?
I know, summer's almost gone.
Oh, man.
The sun just started to shine.
Oh, man. Sorry, Seattle area. You're going to have to wait like another year, right, for more sun?
We'll have sun through September-ish.
Yeah.
But it goes by too quick.
Yeah. No, I'm with you because I think then really August, September, that means 2 months where it typically doesn't snow here in beautiful Western New York. So, you know.
Well, and you got to deal with snow. I just have to deal with rain.
True.
So snow's 45 minutes from me if I want to see it. Yeah.
And it's B&J Bish's Jen's birthday on the 18th. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Very cool. Happy early birthday. And son, Jimothy. She said Jimothy will be your son, Chad, on that one. And if you don't know what Jimothy is, you have to look it up, you know.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, we'll be back August 18th. And then I want to talk about the Sunday show coming up. So on this Sunday show, excuse me, a little tongue twister there for a second. We got a Land Run 2026 preview on Geocache Talk. So that's going to be at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. So, you know, tune into that one because Land Run looks like it's going to be an awesome event this year. So, you know, tune in to get the latest information on that one. And that's always a good time for sure. But thank you, everybody, for joining us today. And Chad and I look forward to being back in August.
Yes. I'll see about getting the other camera. We'll see.
Okay. I'm going to hold you to it, Chad. Blimp cam.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
hey, good night, everybody. Take care.
Right.
Thank you so much for joining us.